drink my whiskey sour, hop out of my car and hop into the shower, take a swig of Jim Beam. Gotta get this party started if you know what I mean. Drinking water all day, got the headache from hell. I take another swig out, I'm feeling well. Gonna call my boys for a call my girl. Gotta get my head right to get out of this world. Hey, I'm looking for a good time. Hey, I'm trying to free my mind. Hey, I'm trying to find me but I'm gone. Hey, you try to right me when I'm wrong. Well, I'm gone. I'm gone.
I'm Brad Silver. I'm the CEO of Computable Genomix. Computable Genomics is Google for scientists. It's basically a very sophisticated search engine for people that have to go into huge bodies of literature to read, understand, synthesize, and solve problems. I mean, we're on the leading edge of an industry. We are doing things that people have never done before, creating where nothing has been created in the past. So my company was co-founded by a molecular biologist, a gentleman named Ramin Homayuni, and an information retrieval guru, a gentleman named Kevin Heinrich. And those two came together to solve a problem, and once they solved the problem, it wasn't much of a stretch to figure out that other people might benefit from their solution. I'm the business guy. I'm the person that can kind of frame up the business in a way that we can take it to others and get them to understand the value proposition, get them to understand how they can benefit from our solution, and then also work with people that can help us along the way. So after a year in the bioinformatics market, as we looked around at the marketplace and we looked at our company, we realized that the better way to extract value from our capability was to get into the field of personalized medicine and biomarkers. The other day, a paper came out in a very noteworthy scientific journal, and this paper basically validates a couple of major tenets. This is the secret sauce, if you will, and this tool allows us to very, very quickly and effectively come up with lists of potential genes that can be used for biomarkers. And so this is the engine, the discovery engine, that basically drives our business. We're on our way to McEwen's. If I had to pick a favorite lunch place, it's in the top 3. So we're going to meet with Andrew Siemens, who is the private equity investment manager for Pitco, and then and also Computable's attorney Matt Hyder, who's an attorney at Baker Donaldson, will be with us at lunch. I am going to share with Andrew the new business model. So the notion was that we would use our capability to basically discover biomarkers.
But that's the same type of thing you were doing before. That's the same strategy you had before, right?
Right, but the strategy before was that we're going to license our capability to others, and they're going to use it to make the discoveries. Now what we're saying is, you know what? This is a strategic weapon. The play is probably not to license it to people, right? The play is to keep it for ourselves and to use it ourselves to make the discoveries, and then to generate intellectual property around the discoveries, which we can then license to others.
Isn't this strategy going to be more capital intensive than what you were describing before?
Yeah, you're right. We're going to spend more money on legal fees, right? But at the end of the day, what the promise is that, so it's a 3-phase approach, right? We use our AI to basically discover the biomarkers. So we discover the genes and corral the genes, the 20 to 100 genes that are functionally implicated in a problem. There's a lot of money out there for this. There's a lot of interest in it. We got to have collaborators.
Right.
And the notion is we collaborate with doctors who have patients, are prescribing medications, and have questions, right? Their incentive is that we're going to give them a carried interest. So after our lunch, it was interesting. I had to catch up with Matt Hyder, and I wanted to talk to him about the pitch and some other issues. But before that, you know, such is the life of a fundraiser, I had to duck into a conference room at Matt's office and have a conversation, a teleconference with a potential investor from California. So we have an artificial intelligence capability that allows us to basically discover genes using any query term, right? A disease, a symptom, a drug compound, whatever, right?
My role in the process is I'm Computable's counsel, so I've been talking with Brad off and on how to raise money and just giving general advice. After lunch, Brad and I came back to the office and sat down, and that's exactly what we did. We went over, I talked about the questions I heard Andrew ask and the answers he gave, and kind of practiced the answers again. Did we answer it correctly? Andrew's a pretty tough investor. He can ask some very difficult questions, and he started off with a tough question for Brad. So Brad answered it very well. I thought the meeting went very well. You know, Andrew's a big supporter of the entrepreneurial community in this city, and we feel, well, Brad will tell you, he felt pretty good about the meeting, and I had to agree with him. I thought it was a good meeting, and looking forward to the next one.
For exercise and recreation, I primarily kayak on the Mississippi River. I try to do that sometimes if I'm lucky, 3 times a week. And it's interesting. It's the only exercise that I've ever found where I can truly clear my head for segments of it, because when you're on the river and you're watching the river and you're trying to prevent yourself from colliding with rocks or, you know, getting into the wrong part of a current, you're pretty focused on the task at hand. And so it doesn't leave a lot of mental space and capacity to contemplate other issues. But at the same time, in and out of the harbor, good time to think about some of the business issues.
Can't you help me find it? Feeling tired, people pestering. Wake up every day to feel no magic. Can't wait to leave, don't wanna make it through. No, I don't. Does it feel like home to you? Does it feel like home to you? Does it feel like